I think the problem that we've had is that we have people decided they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. Tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. They have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around.
Wow, unemployment has to jump 40-50%. What an admission. Gertner also said we have to hurt the economy to end the arrogance among workers.
There's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. So it's a dynamic that has to change. We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy. The governments around the world are trying to increase unemployment to get that to some sort of normality. And we're seeing it. I think every employer now is seeing it. I mean, there is definitely massive layoffs going off. People might not be talking about it, but people are definitely laying people off, and we're starting to see less arrogance in the employment market.
Hello, family. Welcome back to another episode of Journey to Harmony. I'm your host, Richard Harmon. Today, we want to come to you and talk to you about billionaire Tim Groner, who was at a real estate development conference recently. He spoke about his desires to see pain and suffering on the employee for them to get back in line for the most part. We've been through this time for the last few years now. Over the time during the pandemic, there are many people who were able to get ahead as remote work was available. Many employees found multiple jobs, were able to increase their income, increase their lifestyle to better afford things for themselves. Many people were able to climb out of some bad situations just due to the flexibility that was given. What's happening right now what's happening then is that people realize for the first time that there's more to life than just going to an 8-hour job every single day. And employers, for the most part, are looking for people who will show up, do their job, and mostly be quiet. So there's a conflict right now as employers attempt to take back that control, and employees are still hoping for that chance to be able to continue their life in terms of a balance between their work and their overall life, while also being able to make a decent enough income. I'm going to go ahead and play a video to continue on with this particular topic and come back and analyze it from there.
Now, this clip has gone viral because rarely do you hear as explicit an admission that the interest of bosses is so wildly contrary to the interests of not only workers, but of the economy as a whole. Saying we need to ruin the economy, we need to increase unemployment by 40-50% so that workers know that it's the CEOs who are in charge, that the CEOs are valuable, and not them and not their labor. This is really down the rounds. What do you make of this?
Who is this guy?
So this guy,
I have literally no idea who this is.
Ironically, given how incredibly controversial the sky-high housing costs are right now, this guy is a property developer who was giving the speech at a property summit. He probably did not realize, if he knew it was being filmed, didn't think that this was going to be a clip that was circulated all around the world that went super viral and runaway inflation in various sectors like housing. At the same time that he, through his business practices, are likely contributing to the housing squeeze, and at the same time that he's openly admitting that he is able to succeed. Business owners like him, CEOs, corporatists are only able to succeed when they crush labor, drive people into unemployment, and are even willing to threaten the economy of nations themselves.
Thank you. So the host there, Joy, is a very bright young journalist. She has a lot of great points in terms of how the leadership and groups who are in charge see those who are beneath them. A lot of times it's that they want to hire you for the least amount of money possible and for you to continue to know your place in regard to where it is that you stand. For us right now, there's never been easier, right, to start a business. Whatever it is that you do in your own free time, there are opportunities where you can grow. Again, I speak about this on a constant basis myself. I'm able to generate about 10,000 views to my page per month. and now I'm in the process of building just some different products that is able to be sold to help to find solutions for other people's problems, to help people with that. Some people are just interested in learning about how they can start their own channel and things like that. So there's a need in every area, and you being able to solve that need is an opportunity where you can benefit yourself. I'll go ahead and continue a little bit more of this video, and then we'll go from there.
I mean, he's being really honest about something here,
I mean, I
which is that
support
the people
canceling
who
those
run
policies,
the economy know that there's a direct trade-off between their ability to extract profit from a labor force and scarcity, the idea that workers need jobs, are going to starve in the street if they don't have them, are willing to work for less, are willing to do anything. And that's why there has been this iconic, classic battle between labor, the interest of labor that is represented by labor unions, and the bosses. We talk about millionaires and billionaires as though wealth is coming from the sky, that it's not a zero-sum game, that people like Bill Gates or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, that money is just because they worked their brains so hard and they were such geniuses that it just came to them magically. Well, what we're really seeing is, that, as you were pointing out, policy choices to pay workers less. Right now, we're on the brink, we're going to talk about this in a different segment, of this United Auto Workers strike, where they're pointing out that adjusted for inflation over the last, I believe, 40 years, their pay is down 30%. Meanwhile, the CEOs with unprecedented profits have given themselves a 40% raise. There's a relationship between those two things, a choice to invest in stock buybacks, a choice to pay out to shareholders in dividends instead of investing in the company itself, or in investing in the workers themselves whose labor enabled them to sell those cars and make those profits in the first instance.
All right, perfect. So family, there's never been more important than now for each person to have their own small business. It's important for us to be able to control our what comes in and what goes out. Inflation is rising, and the cost of housing, regardless of what we hear, there are more people coming into the country. There are more 18-year-olds that are maturing into that age. Baby boomers are still living on into their later years. Like, housing is going to continue to be restricted, and as a result of the interest rates being so high, what's happening is that the ability to build at a sustainable level is just not there right now. People who have their 3% mortgages are not selling, so supply is just not available in a lot of different areas. We need to find ways of how we can increase our income and to be able to grow from there. So constantly being able to produce something that can be marketed to large groups of people is what the internet is there for. YouTube provides a platform where we're able to come on and to speak about different issues. There are billions of people who are online, and many of them are interested in many of the same things that we're interested in. Being able to find something of commonality, put that thing into a video and post that online, you're able to generate and to grow an audience. And then that audience, it's like having a storefront. Once they're interested in being inside of your store, you give them things that they might be interested in purchasing, and then you are able to transact and to resolve a solution to that customer's problem. We're right now in a space where we don't know what tomorrow brings, but we know for a fact that we're heading closer and closer to serious levels of inflation. The U.S. debt is rising at a drastic rate, and at some point, the Fed will bail out the economy once again, which will send prices even higher. What are your thoughts on this? Please comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining. Have a blessed day.